Hey everyone, my Hexe here again, another session of Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. We are about to read some manga about the history of Hope's Peak Academy. We are on chapter 6 and shit is going down. Seriously, we are supposed to know or to reveal a lot of mysteries for this group of people, and or maybe from the first generation of Danganronpa. Let's see. Right now, we will read Manga for Morons, The History of Hope's Peak Academy. It's an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy. Give me a second. I'm reading notification. It's an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy's history, as narrated by the cutest character on the cover. The story begins with an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy. Hope's Peak Academy is a government-funded school. They're going to tell us the story, but they're not going to show any drawings or anything. Okay. A government-funded school of privilege where only the most talented high school students can hope to attend. Built to raise hope in the nation's future, many of its alumni, to tell me, are key leaders of various industries. New students are chosen through a scouting process, but the ones who scout them are Hope's Peak Academy teachers. Now that I think about it, I have never thought about Hope's Peak Academy teachers. Like, who are they? We only know the principal, but yeah, what happened to all the other teachers? Serve as both educators and researchers of talent. Hope's Peak Academy isn't just a school for talent, it is also a school for research and talent as well. However, for the past few years, Hope's Peak Academy has been suffering from a decline in funding. If this persists, the Academy believes they will not be able to make progress with their research of talent. So they decided to implement a new system. Reserve Department. Unlike the main department who scouts for students, the Reserve Department utilizes a general entrance exam. Normal faculty was hired and placed in charge of looking after the Reserve Department. The expenses and exam fees for the Reserve Department are quite high compared to most high schools. Nevertheless, Hope's Peak Academy received an endless stream of applicants. Hope's Peak Academy was now available to talentless commoners, people who only care about the brand. With this, Hope's Peak Academy managed to amass sizable funds and began further research of talent. To create Hope's Peak Academy's earnest wish, a true genius who will become mankind's hope. But just when they thought everything was going well, an unprecedented incident occurred. The incident triggered the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. That's right, it was the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. It's like a tongue twister. Hope's Peak Academy was created by this incident and was forced to shut down without accomplishing anything. Okay, so far I am believing that despair is actually a disease that was created inside the school and it spread amongst the reserve course students, and I still don't know how it. I don't know. They start a revolution, but I would think that would be still pretty wild to go from starting the revolution to killing people. I mean, I know that in real life that's how revolutions work, but we are talking about students in here. The ending was so sudden, like a manga that suddenly cancelled in the middle of its run. Plus, the phrases mentioned at the end of this manga, the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Academy, these names are so melodramatic. There's no way to see things really happen, right? This manga only mentions the names, so I don't really know the details, but no, it'd just be a waste of time to wonder, oh my god, how many pop-ups does this my computer have? Give me a second, I missed the last sentence. It would just be a waste of time to wonder about things that don't make sense. More importantly, I learned something because of this manga. The reserve department. The department was only built to collect money. I was one of those reserve course students, right? That's weird. Oh, you are here again. The thing that's weird is you, of course. Huh? Why did you forget that you were part of the reserve department? The Future Foundation only took away your school-like memories, right? I thought you have known even before you entered that you had no talent, right? So, I think it's weird that you actually forgot something like that too. What do you want me to say? Based on my assumption, the Future Foundation must have wanted to hide the fact that you were one of those reserve course students. Or you willingly sealed those memories yourself. Huh? You want to be confident in yourself, so you want to forget everything that embarrassed you. You know, humans experience trauma. Sometimes they erase their memory of what happened. It happens pretty often. Not that I've known anything about that, though. Are you saying it's my fault I forgot? That's not it. When things get inconvenient, you always get angry and try to brush it off. Well, that's expected of a reserve course student. What the heck? Oh, nice. Running through the bullets. Game? Anything else in here? There are a bunch of wooden lockers in here. There has traditional looking wooden block keys sticking out of them. These are just for show. There's nothing particular to make this like a fool. This trap post was used for training. Target. The target seems pretty far away. If the production team had had more time, it would have been a minigame. Oh! Nice. It could have been a minigame here. Wait, what am I saying? Nice one, guys. This cherry tree is in full bloom. Maybe tasteful sight to see a blooming cherry tree inside a village. But this situation just looks bizarre. Yep. Where else do we have access to? And with these glitches, I'm not sure we are even in the reality. We cannot go to the garden. Oh, soda. Sorry, it's kinda creepy. I can't go to a place that I should be able to go. It's like someone else being forced for no reason. It's like there's an invisible wall or something. Yeah. I came from here. This is the room of death. The biolab, also known as the morgue. Is there anything else? Oh. This is another manga. It's laying on top of the desk. This one is Manga for Morons, The Tragedy of Hope's Academy. Wasn't it Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy mentioned that they were manga too. Yeah, hurry up and read about it. So why Hope's Peak Academy went bankrupt and it was triggered for the biggest, most tragic, most awful event in human history. If I read this manga, yes, just fucking read it! Oh my god. By Monokuma. I took the manga from the desk and started flipping through the pages to see what I could learn about the event known as the Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. The story made heavy use of outdated stylized drawings depicting characters solving mysteries. Its written here is, as the name suggests, the Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy occurred at Hope's Peak Academy. Nice one, guys. Hey, we haven't heard that name before, I think. The key player in that event was a student named Izuru Kamukura. I think we haven't heard this one. Izuru was a genius known as a symbol of hope. Hope's Peak Academy used all their resources to develop him. It's a him, okay. Supposedly, Izuru was a genius among geniuses and possessed various talents. Wielding superior talent for the hope of mankind, the Academy referred to Izuru as the ultimate hope. Yeah. There are so many people who would like to be called ultimate. Oh, maybe this is Izuru guy was the one that was with Nagito on the chip. To protect such rare talent, the Academy completely concealed all evidence of Izuru's origins and identity. Because of that, most of the students at the Academy were completely unaware of Izuru's existence. But Izuru, who was known as the symbol of hope, was responsible for a horrible incident. 13 students of Hope's Peak Academy's student council, among the Academy's best and brightest, were brutally murdered by Izuru. However, the incident did not end there. The Academy tried to protect Izuru's superior talent and conceal the incident as though it never happened. How the fuck are you supposed to do that? However, a certain student began working in secret to use the incidents for their advantage. That student uncovered what the Academy did, and by making the knowledge public, it stoked the fires of reserve course students who had long been satisfied with how they had been treated, and the uprising began. And that heralded Hope's Peak Academy's destruction. This is the entirety of the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Eventually, that incident will lead to that horrifying devastating incident. The incident also, that was not the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. There is another biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Oh, works cited Danganronpa said. Ooh, I wonder if Danganronpa 3 is about these guys. With a heavy sigh, I closed the manga. Am I supposed to believe this? There is no way 13 people were killed at Hope's Peak Academy. That is because you haven't gone to the dead room back there. Well, anyway, for a genius known as the ultimate hope to cause such a gruesome incident, and why did he do it? A talent like that is too regal for society. It's like trying to buy just with a bar of gold. You should be lucky that you are incompetent. Damn it, he always has to let up to something offensive. It seriously pisses me off. But ultimate hope. Nagito mentioned that before too, but it looks like it means something completely different here. What Nagito said was the true meaning of hope. As for Izuru, hope simply means talent. More importantly, a genius who possesses various talents. I wish they gave me one of those talents so I didn't have to be in the reserve department. That's right, the reserve department. Here, it seemed that the reserve corps students in the reserve department began uprising. Then, what about me? Was I a participant too? No, that's not possible. There's no way. I have no reason to do something like that. You say that, but if I uncovered that my school had covered the murder of 13 people, I will be pretty mad and I will rise up. Gamers rise up. So, reserve crews, students rise up. Tragedy of Hopspeak. Okay. Anyway, I have learned about the Tragedy of Hopspeak Academy, but the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is a far worse incident, right? What kind of incident was it? Who is this other student that isn't the student? A certain student who stupidly used that incident to their advantage. Who is that? This incident is really messed up, but all it's doing is raising more questions. The mysteries just keep peeling up. Okay. Yep. Interesting. Now, where are we supposed to go? We cannot go downstairs. Can we go to the dead room now? Oh, that's still closed. Oh my god, I'm dying to enter here. Yeah, fuck yeah, the biolab and the morgue. Are the bodies of the first? Oh no, there are no bodies. What the hell is this room? It's freaking cold in here. It's like I'm in a freezer or something. If I just stand still, I may end up freezing to death. I should hurry up and investigate so I can get out of here already. There are no bodies. I don't like this song. I've seen this movie before. Sarah Gilbert said, "Wow, Hajime, you're really intelligent. It took Makoto like 2 sessions to understand what this was." Oh, at least that's what it looks like, but this is impossible, right? Keeping dead bodies in a high school bio lab isn't something you should joke about. It just feels so forced. The idea should have been cancelled during development or something. Huh? What am I thinking? I like these little comments that are about the development. There's another manga lane just around here. The Central is manga performance. Biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. I wonder if this manga is going to talk about the most tragic event in human history. It might turn out to be something lame. I hope it doesn't, because they have been hyping this from the first game. So, if this is something lame, I'm gonna be mad. Come on! A story about creepily drunk characters who get involved in such horrifying incidents. An incident known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Is this drawn so grotesquely because the incident itself is that grotesque? They brought Junji Ito? Anyway, the beginning of this creepy manga starts with this sentence. The tragedy of Hopspeak Academy was simply the trigger. At first, the uprising by the reserve course students that triggered the tragedy of Hopspeak Academy was initially hoped to be resolved quickly, but the situation continued to escalate to dangerous extremes. The movement started spreading all over the internet and fostered a thriving online community. Oh no, this is reaching 4chan levels. The community was not limited to students, and people of various races and nations began joining. But the movement was not confined to the internet and began spreading and eroding the real world. When the movement started, it was indistinguishable from any other demonstration inspired by social unrest. But as it spread across the world, certain abnormalities soon came to light. By then, it was too late. The ends and the means had vanished, and wanton destruction became their only goal. The strong butchered the weak killed the weakest among them, and soon the weak formed factions to brutally murder the strong. As the violence and death continued to spread, the shock of their actions began to disappear, as if the era was regressing to more uncivilized times, when senseless deaths were the norm. The media was oversaturated with death to the point where people would watch them while enjoying a meal. It's not like it happens in real life. Am I right, fellow Mexicans? And we are just eating our breakfast while watching the news, and we hear about how many dead bodies they found in a clandestine cemetery in Tamaulipas or somewhere like that. By the time that we realized what it had become, it was too late to stop what had happened. A feeling of immense despair began spreading and eventually engulfed the world. Acts of terrorism and coup d'etats began occurring around the world, a war waged in the name of despair. A war fought not from principles, religion, or personal gain. Just war. Pure war. And because of that, there was no way to resolve it. How could a movement started by high school students progress to such a hopeless scenario? The only explanation is the existence of a certain organization devoted to a certain student who influenced Hope Speak Academy. A group called Ultimate Despair. So this other person is Junko? Instead of using Hope Speak Academy's talents for the sake of mankind's hope, they use them for the sake of mankind's despair. Key members of society use their influence to brainwash the masses in order to spread despair. Tech-savvy computer programmers wrote software to spread despair. The powerful and influential created new values and morals to spread despair. Or maybe not, because Junko was only a piece of the ultimate despair. She told us it was a whole organization. And with this they created the tragedy, the biggest, most often most tragic event in human history. As long as ultimate despair exists, the despair engulfing the world will never end. The tragedy will never end. My heart was racing in my chest, but my body felt ice cold. And it wasn't because I was freezing in this room. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. This is definitely all made up. I mean, if this is really true, then what's happening in the outside world? My family, my friends, the convenience store I frequent, the nearby bookstore, my favorite restaurant. What's happened to them? Hey, are you seriously jelling on the manga? How crazy are you? Who would enjoy reading something like this? Oh my, you don't like manga? A high school student who doesn't like manga is like an office lady who doesn't like to eat candy. Enough! What is this messed up manga? I thought you obviously know about such a horrible event that destroyed the world, but for you to not to remember that, such despair. That's a future foundation's fault, though. Thanks to them still in your school memories. The incident that happened during that period has been completely removed from your brains. This incident really happened, and I actually forgot about it. There's no way this is possible. How many times do I have to tell you? All the clues here are real. Please understand, I'm rooting for you. If you don't learn about the full extent of the outside world, you guys will suffer for it. I just want to help you guys so you can live well just a life in the outside world. See, so that's how it is. What was he mean by what he said at the beginning? Well, as a headmaster, I'm in conflict, you know? one hand, I'm really happy that you are finally going to graduate. But on the other hand, I'm worried about whether Junkites will be okay in the outside world. That's why I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make a decision. Whether you want to leave Jabberwock Island or staying here. He's trying to make us feel despair towards the outside world, so we all want to stay on this island. But there's no way I'm going to do what he wants. Despair like that simply can't exist. The outside world should be filled with hope. Just like now. Perhaps. No, that's definitely it. Whether or not these incidents really happen, what in the world is this ultimate despair group? If they're devoted to instructing a student who guided Hope's Peak Academy to its destruction, are they connected both to the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy? Plus, that organization is just one person, but a group of people. But if they are now this ultimate despair, they are high school students, right? Well, if they were actually able to do it, then I guess that's why they were called ultimates. Then, are the killings we are involving connected to them as well? It's no use. I'm going to freeze to death. I am at my limit. I need to get out of here. Shivering, I ran out of the prison. Okay. I'm still not so sure if I can really take for granted or for real anything that we are learning right now, because it seems we are in the Matrix. Look at how everything is glitching. How do I know that is not a simulation? Phew, that was close. Nearly first to death. So where should I go next? That room, that room, that room, that room. Oh, still blocked. Okay. Let's see. Is the other... Yeah. The other classrooms. This always really reminds me of Corpse Party. No, I should have not. I'm just going to pretend I didn't see it. When I went inside this room, the bastard bear was suddenly here. He keeps glancing at me. I wonder why. It's gonna be shitty either way. So I'll let you handle it. There's no way I'm gonna deal with an idiot. I don't want to do that either. But if we want clues, we need to do it. Why, hello, Hajime. I hope you're doing pleasingly well. Are you pleasingly well? You're pleasingly well, right? What are you doing here? Well, there was another thing I needed to tell you on this floor. I got bored of drawing manga. Will you forgive me for telling you by word of mouth? You should have done that from the beginning. I didn't want to read your manga in the first place. High school, the student who doesn't like manga is like a small restaurant who doesn't like hip-hop pots. I'm getting really fed up with your babbling. Hurry up, what did you need to tell me? It's about that key piece of information you have waited so long for. Surprise! It's about ultimate despair. Huh? Even though the term ultimate despair refers to a group these days. Oh! So we are talking about Junko. Was originally the title for a high school girl who was the most powerful, evil, and feared person alive. A high school girl? Yes, I knew it. Lady Junko Enoshima. Junko Enoshima? As the former ultimate despair, she created a despair brimming with charm and humor. And created the ultimate despairs. There was one really horrible person in that group. Hold on a sec. I don't know what the ultimate despairs are, but it's not that easy to form an organization, says the Yakuza. There's no way people will join some fucked up organization created by a high school girl. Yeah, humans who are obsessed with their philosophy have an uncanny power to attract others. It's a trait shared by many famous leaders throughout history, right? There's nothing strange about it. That holds true for Lady Junko. With her charismatic ability to attract people, she even influenced those in the highest echelons of power. Her connections were the main reason that incident became the tragedy in the first place. So she even recruited people who would have been in a position to neutralize the threat?
Huh?
Then, what was their purpose? What? Like I said, why did they cause that incident? It doesn't even make sense. They had a purpose, right? There's no way to do what they did without any purpose. It was Junko Enoshima's despair. Huh? For Junko Enoshima, despair isn't a bad purpose, a set of principles, a way of life, or an instinct. Despair is what defines Junko Enoshima as Junko Enoshima. What are you saying? I am a stuffed plushie. Hajime it's exactly like that. Junko Enoshima is full of so much despair that she is truly hopeless. Is my microphone working alright? It's gonna keep getting living, dying, eating, loving, for her, everything is despair. Why are you talking as if she is still alive? What the hell? Oh, okay. Now you're talking in past. Oh, well, you're talking in past. Is she dead or alive? With her overwhelming force of personality, Junko recruited the ultimate despairs one by one. She controlled their despair by taking advantage of their love, hate, grudge, anything really. Junko, so maybe Mika was part of the ultimate despair group. Junko's despair is far more dreadful than any other. That idea had been slammed right into their minds. Maybe everyone that has been killed so far was part of the ultimate despair group before they had their memories erased. Okay, Junko's despair is far more dreadful than any other. That idea had been slammed right into their minds. And so, the ultimate despairs who had been recruited became nothing more than Junko's leads. All despair, whether it was their own or anyone else's, was dedicated to Junko Enoshima. Like believers making offerings to their god. Like a mother providing food to her children. They dedicated all despair so they could escape from despair, all in Junko Enoshima's name. For example, they killed their families and friends and even destroyed their bodies through ruthless mutilation. And to hopelessly top it off, they completely believed it was something that they had to do. There's no way something that crazy is possible. Sorry, not Hajime, have you ever heard about cults, sects, that kind of stuff? Do you know about the final days of the reserve court students during the tragedy of Hopspeak Academy? Final days? Junko has the power to change people's values. This is also true of famous people throughout history. Hey, what do you mean final days? What happened to the reserve parliament? They fulfilled their role as disposable limbs. They believe in what they needed to do. Oh shit, fam. And so the 2,357 students of the reserve department all committed mass suicide. Shit, man. It's all a cult. This is really a cult. And Junko was the cult leader. That's suicide. All 200... sorry, all 2,357 students. Oops, it wasn't all of them. One person was excluded. One person was excluded, huh? Is that me? I don't believe it. There's no way I can believe this. Your teammate is better. Junko and Shima. It doesn't scare me at all. I mean, Junko and Shima is already dead. Huh? How do you know that, Fuyuhiko? Fuyuhiko, do you have something to tell us? Hey, Fuyuhiko, is it true what you say? Junko and Shima is really dead?
Huh?
What? You didn't see? There was a book called Different Hormones Killing School Life in that bloody classroom. A bloody classroom? No, wait. What was that you said about the killing school life? Like the killings we were involved in, they were killings that happened at Hope Speak Academy. As I recall, the mastermind took her own life because the remaining students worked together to defeat her. Yeah, that's what it was. The killing school life ended up failing in the end. As a result, the 6 students who survived managed to escape from the academy. For a manga about the killing school life, it was drawn with a lot of silly images and dumb gags. According to that, the mastermind behind the failed killing school life was Junko and Shima. The mastermind took her own life, which means Junko and Shima is dead. Or is she? It turns out that killing school life was part of that whole biggest, most awful whatever incident. Junko took away the memories of former students of Hope Speak Academy and forced them to kill each other. Former students of Hope Speak Academy, and she took away their memories, just like us. Apparently the whole thing was being filmed by surveillance cameras and broadcast worldwide. There's a link to big, cruel asshole, says the Jacuzzi. The surveillance cameras were broadcasting the whole thing. The students of Hope Speak Academy are widely known as symbols of hope. By forcing people to watch these symbols of hope kill each other for the sake of survival. They were trying to fill everyone who watched the broadcast with despair all at once. That's messed up. But that messed up plan was stopped. Junko and Shima failed. Junko lost to the students she placed in her trap, and after being overcome by the despair she created, she took her own life. Then Junko is no more. Or is she? Monokuma is being really quiet for some reason. No matter how horrible she was, there's no reason to fear someone who's dead. I don't know, man. Maybe there are even more fucked up people worshipping her now that she's dead. Whether Monokuma's story is true or not doesn't matter. Junko and Shima isn't alive anymore. Then, who is her enemy? If Junko and Shima is already dead, are the rest of the ultimate despairs behind this? Are the followers of Junko carrying out her will? That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, the killings we are involved in resemble that killing school life. Well, I don't know who the hell is imitating Junko or making us go through things, but an imitation is just that, an imitation. If the students from Hope Speak Academy stop the real deal, there's no way we'll lose to something. But if this is really an imitation, are those surveillance cameras the same too? The cameras all over Jabberwock Island. Are they broadcasting to somewhere, just like the surveillance cameras during the killing school life? Killing school life. Junko no Shima. Dang, Hajime, you totally know about that story, huh? What? Do you have a problem with that? Well, I really want you to read the manga version since you took the time to draw it. Oh well, let's just raise the flag. Flag? What do you mean raise the flag? What's going to happen if you do that? Then at the time, you're getting closer to clearing my character route. You're not making sense again. Now then, I'll give you guys my own. I'll tell you everything you know, including information on the outside and the inside. I'll raise them flags like crazy. Is the bloody room? Classroom open now? Oh, fort. We're in the fourth floor. Oh, we weren't able to access the bloody room. Huh? It changed to a different hallway again. It's a sudden. It's going to make something like this happen. No, I have already decided I'm not going to be surprised. That's right. There's no time for me to be surprised by something like this. So, are we going to go through all the floors until we go again to the first floor? Yeah, can I? What is it? Ken is touching her nose like a beast and examining her surroundings. Hey, what happened? No, it's just my gut, but I feel like someone's getting closer. What do you mean? Who? I don't know. It's just my god after all. He's just my god. But still, her god is pretty impressive. For some reason, he's strangely intuitive. Monokuma did say something about the main cast coming. It's surprising, but her god must be correct again this time. Interesting. Any of this room open? That data log was the... Oh, yeah. Yes, this looks like the music. I feel like I can see something strange. What is it? Looks like it's some sort of monument. Why would there be a monument in the music? And not just that. The mark engraved to the monument is the symbol of the future foundation, right? Below that symbol, there's a short passage engraved. To combat the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, the graduates of Hope Speak Academy were among the many who established the future foundation in New York. Well, the future foundation was established by the graduates of Hope Speak Academy. Aren't you known as Warlander? This is completely different. Monokuma, he completely made it up. What is this? What's the floor here? It's like a hologram, right? The floating letters are forming a sentence. It looks like a passage from an email. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have obtained information. A person who claims to be a survivor of Hope Speak Academy. But for the investigation, there are a total of 15 survivors. You may be wondering about the number of people at this time. If they are survivors of Hope Speak Academy, it's possible they may be targeted by the group that is there. We believe we should acquire them and place them in our care as soon as possible. I don't believe the group can go that far without Junko and Shima allowing them. In a worst case scenario, we must prevent a repeat of the killings life. Also, if they are survivors of Hope Speak Academy, we should expect them to be quite valuable to us. However, we are still investigating the details of the origins and we haven't located them either. We will continue investigating this matter. Also, regarding a separate matter, we have received a report from the research facility at Danganronpa Island. Preparations have been completed. seems we can proceed with the experimental phase of the new program. Survivors of Hope's Peak Academy, 15 students. Is that about us? Excluding Shiaki, who was part of the Future Foundation, there were definitely 15 of us, but what do survivors mean? It's like they're talking from some other world. What happened outside Jabberwock Island? If the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is really true, then the world isn't normal anymore, maybe. I'm starting to feel like we might be better off not remembering the memories we have lost. Okay. I guess that's all the clues in this room. It's finally confirmed. The Future Foundation is on our side, at least. They were funded by graduates of Hope's Peak Academy. They took us in to protect us. But if that's true, Chiaki should have been the cool choice. No, as long as Monokuma was around, she probably couldn't see into Karma's life. If he is the Future Foundation's enemy, then he's straight into the team's the ultimate despairs, caused the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The ones who are carrying out the will of Junko and Shima are making us to go through this. Also, this caught my attention in the email too. What is this research facility on Jabberwock Island mentioned in the email? What's that about? The only Future Foundation facility we found was the ancient ruin. There's no way that's the research facility. If there really is a research facility on this island, there should be other Foundation members here. Somehow, there are still so many mysteries. Yeah, I bet there's a shit ton of fucking places that we haven't gone through on Jabberwock Island. Okay, that's fucking scary. Imagine if you're in real life and just see this cube team, like this cube-like team, just floating over your head. I will shit myself. Okay, let's see. Platforms are closed. Data lab's still closed. This classroom is still closed. The teacher's lounge. What do you call that? The blackboard? On the back. That in the first game didn't have any kind of information. Just give me a second. I wanted to see if my pet is already dead or something. Okay. Sorry, it's Nikumi. It's Nakemi, sorry. I already... Ooh, looks angry. Oh, go away then. This is different from a classroom. It's probably the office, right? I mean, the room kinda has that stuffy t-shirt vibe to it. The office, huh? Now that you mention it, it does look like that.
Yeah.
More importantly, have you seen Miss Sonia? I don't see her anywhere. How much longer is this guy gonna be obsessed with Sonia? Give it up already. See, blackboard. There's something written on the blackboard. It's written here. List of subjects is written on the blackboard. Large letters just below that. Oh, it's all our names. Our names I have seen before. Huh, look, ultimate imposter. Hiyoko Sayonji. Hajime Hinata, Chiaki no Nami, Kazuichi Soda, Akane Owari, Soko Nevermind, Pekko Koyama, Nagita Maeda, Gomen Tanaka, Ultimate Imposter, Mahiro Teru Koizumi, Mikatsumiki, Ibuki Miyoda, Teru Hanamura, Neko Marumura, Ryuhi Kusuri. There's a newspaper post on the blackboard below that Hiyoko Sayonji is written there. But if that is Hiyoko, she looks much older. What is this newspaper? Look, she's all grown up. What is this? It says Miss Hiyoko Sayonji. This can't mean the same Hiyoko, right? I mean, the Hiyoko we knew, she was much smaller and looked more childlike. It was pretty much her defining feature. But the photo in this newspaper, in a way, I can see the resemblance to Hiyoko, but her height and figure, it's too different from the Hiyoko we knew. What does this mean?
What?
Huh? This lady looks pretty mature. Is she Hiyoko's older sister or something? No, it says Hiyoko Sayonji here. Oh, then Hiyoko has an older sister with the same first and last name. An older sister with the same first and last name. Okay, you may think that's really stupid of Sora, you think? But I actually know a whole family that did that. The dad has this name. Here in Mexico we have 4 names. 2 names and 2 last names. The first last name is our father's last name, and the second last name is our mother's last name. So in total you will have about 4 names. So I know a family of about 4 sons. There are 3 or 4 sons. I do not remember exactly, but it's more than 3, or at least 3. More than 2 is what I meant. I know that all of the sons have the same first name as their dad. All 3 or 4 of them. And since obviously they get their father's first last name, they are called, let's say, John Johnson. So John Johnson had 3 sons, let's say 3. 4 maybe is a little too much. This dude had 3 sons, and this John Caesar Johnson. I don't know. The first name that came through my mind. This guy is called, the dad is called John Caesar Johnson. And then he had his first son. And they decide to call him John Marcus Johnson. Then here comes their second son, and they call him John what is another name? John Gabriel Johnson. Then comes the third son, and they call it John Michael Johnson. You see where I'm going? All of them are John Johnson. All of them. All the sons of that family call that. And I met 2 of the brothers at different times. Like, I met one of the older brothers, like, oh, I'm John Johnson. Oh, nice to meet you. He was a co-worker, and he left for another position, and suddenly we have a trainee, also called John Johnson. And right now I'm using John Johnson as a very practical example, but the actual names are not that common. So it was like, oh, how weird, or like, such a coincidence. You have the same name as this other employee that was working here like a year ago. And he was like, yeah, I'm his younger brother. You are his younger brother? And you two have the same name? Well, yeah, but we have different second name. I am Marcus and he's Gabriel, something like that. But yeah, we are basically both John Johnson, and also our other brother is also John Johnson. So is our father. And I'm like, what the fuck? So that it's stupid, but I am a witness that these things do happen in real life. I am a witness of this happening. Let me tell you, it was really weird. But both of them were really cool guys, so I don't know what the heck is going through their parents' heads, but they're turning out pretty cool. Okay guys, I will leave it until here after finishing that anecdote, and I will see you next time. Shit is firing up, guys. We are learning, we are confirming stuff. Let's see where everything leads to. Okay, so thank you so much for following through until here, and see you next time. Bye.